Welcome to a What Takomos Are in the Bag. I'm here with Claire Hogle. Thank you so much for being on the channel.
Absolutely.
So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through the Takomo clubs that are in Claire's golf bag, talk about which clubs she has, why she's playing those clubs, and also some distances, what type of situation you use them in. So what I thought we would do is start at the very bottom of the bag with the wedges.
I use the Skyforger 001s. I really like the bounce on them. I feel like it's very forgiving, and the wedges that I used prior to this, although they were like top of the line, really nice wedges, I feel like they dug a lot and I just didn't have the same confidence in my short chips and pitches that I do in these.
If you were gonna run through like distances for each of those wedges, how far are you trying to hit them?
60 if I were to take a full swing, which I do sometimes if I need to stop it quick or if it's like uphill and there's not a lot of green to work with. That goes about 70, maybe up to 72, 75. The 56 I learned today goes almost all the way up to 100, like 95 sometimes. 52 goes about 105 to 110, and the 48 goes about 118.
If you were hitting a bunker shot with a Skyforger, like greenside bunker, which one are you gonna
I always go with my 60. I'm almost always trying to get the face as open as possible. So I always take the highest loft wedge and then pancake it open even more. Unless it's a longer shot, like there's a ton of green to work with and it's a really long bunker shot, 20 to 30 yards, then I'll take my 56 and I'll shot the face a little bit.
Is 60 also what you use primarily around the green, just chip shots in general?
Usually, yeah. Usually, unless it's more of a bump and run style.
All right, so you have the 301 CB irons in the bag. So it's not the full blade, but there's still more of that player's club. What do you like about this iron set?
I just feel like they're so forgiving. And like I'm at a place in my life where I'm not trying to play the bladiest blades and I'm not trying to like flex on people. I just want to enjoy golf and hit good shots. And if I mishit it a little bit, I would love some help. So that's kind of what these do for me.
Love that. So
but they're still very much players clubs. Like you can play shots with them. It's not like they just pop it up in the air for you and
Right. You still have to hit the ball well.
You have to hit them well.
But they do have the extra forgiveness.
Exactly.
So walk me through kind of what you're hoping for distance-wise from the 9 through the 4 iron.
Yeah, 9 iron, usually I'm hoping for somewhere around 125, just stock. 8 iron is gonna be around 134. 7 iron is around 145. 6 iron is around 155, and 5 iron is like 162, 163. 4 iron, I'm looking for anything over like 170. Okay. Sometimes up to 180.
And I love that gapping because it means you're rarely at a yardage where you're like, it just feels really awkward. Like one of those is gonna fit really well in there.
Thank God.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did have that when I lost my 6 and my 7 iron.
Yeah, it turns out that'll leave a gap.
That's a pretty big,
Glad we got that
20
sorted.
to 30 yard gap in there.
What is your favorite like stock shot? Are you hitting a draw, a fade? Like what do you like to see?
I feel like a draw is suiting me right now. I feel like a few years back I might have said fade, but I do tend towards a draw.
All right, now let's round it out. Top of the bag, we do have some Ignis fairway woods.
Oh my God, I love them.
Which ones do you have? And let's talk about those a little bit.
I have the 7 wood, 5 wood, and 3 wood in the Ignis fairway woods. I'm in love with them. I was trying to explain it over dinner last night. They're just like the perfect lie. They're not too flat like some of the other ones that I've hit before, and they're also not too rounded so that there's not a very comfortable large hitting area. I mean, the fairway woods used to be my least favorite club in the bag. I used to get intense anxiety when I was standing over an important shot with a fairway wood and just like really play a controlled swing. And I feel like with these I can swing really freely and they just go. They're amazing. They feel really good. All right, I have this gorgeous shot into a par 5 downhill. It's 205 yards. I'm going with the 5 wood. Let's see if we can stay close.
I've played several rounds of golf with you, and the fairway woods have always been always been epic. I would never have guessed that you ever struggled with fairway woods based on how you hit these. So.
I did, yes.
Wow, okay. That is genuinely, that kind of surprises me. That shocks me. So, so you're playing these distance-wise, right? So we're gonna, 7 woods probably top of the, after the 4-iron, you're going into 7 wood. So what are you hoping to get out of the 7 wood?
7 wood is like 185, 190-ish. It flies really high. We do need to put a different shaft in there. It kind of kicks it a little too high. But it's one of those clubs that sometimes comes in clutch. Like I hit it over this really tall pine tree yesterday because it kicks up so high. And then it also lands really soft on the greens, which is nice because these greens are firm. 5 wood, I'm looking at closer to 200 yards, and then 3 wood is up to 220.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you hit these phenomenally well, so.
I'm stoked on them. I did not expect to be stoked on them. I'm really so for real. When you guys gave these to me, I think I came out to Dallas last year, and I was like, okay, let's see how it goes. And then I hit them, and I was like, oh, was that a fluke? I hit him again, and I just, yeah, loved him ever since.
That's awesome.
And then that was the same story with, honestly, the irons too.
All right, last question. If you had to pick a favorite club in the bag, favorite Takomo club in the bag, what would it be and why?
Probably 5 wood. You know, I was just telling you about how easy it is to hit. I feel like I've had lots of success with the 5 wood. It flies a little higher than the 3 wood and a little lower than the 7 wood. So it's just fitting right in there as my favorite club.
All right, there we go. That is what Takomos are in Claire Hogle's golf bag. Claire, thank you so much for being on the channel, walking us through that. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed to Claire's social media, be sure and do that. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Takomo YouTube channel. For another video like this, click here. And if you want to learn more about our products, click on this video over here.